Hey everyone, it's Kothis, and the Dawning 2022 is here. I mean, look at this tower. It's majestic. It just puts me in a good mood every time I load in. It's awesome. But we're not here for that. We're here to see what the Dawning is all about. So let's get right into it. First, we have these awesome graphics that pop up, letting us know the Dawning is here, and once we load into the tower, we are first tasked with checking in with Eva, just like every other seasonal event. But this time, she'll give you an oven to bake cookies in. Yes, that's what the Dawning is all about, delivering cookies to all of our favorite NPCs for gifts in return. So you'll first have to bake a cookie for Zavala using the oven. After this, the questline is very straightforward. You basically just need to make cookies for every NPC. The most important thing here is to get your oven masterworked as quickly as possible. Doing so will reduce the Essence of Dawning cost by 50%, so 10 instead of 15. You can masterwork your oven by baking one of each cookie recipe, so basically do the entire questline to get your oven masterworked. Easy. Thankfully, there's no special activity to do this go around. Just play anything you want in pretty much any way you want, and you'll passively get everything you need. There will be a lot of most efficient ways to farm guides out there, but it's really not necessary. You'll be getting tons of Dawning materials while getting caught up on all the other stuff you probably have to do with the season. And if you've played the Dawning before, all of your recipes that you've discovered in the past will be saved. Pretty cool. So once you complete this quest line, nothing happens other than that you have your oven masterworked. Donating cookies to a specific NPC doesn't benefit you, so don't feel like you only have to create dark chocolate motes for the Drifter or something. You'll get the same gift back no matter who you bake a cookie for, so have fun. Alright, with all the cookie baking basics down, let's see what EVA's got for us this time. The event cards should feel pretty similar by now. Nothing has really changed besides the rewards and challenges in it. We've got a title to go for, Star Baker, pretty epic. None of these challenges seem really grindy, especially not as grindy as the 35 Lost Sector completions needed for the Ghost Rider title during Festival of the Lost. That was just ugh. So completing all of these challenges will get you the title, as well as one of each of the weapons along the way, some materials, and some awesome cosmetics. The shaders for this event are beautiful. Shader team, you did a good job. You can also opt into upgrading your event card if you want. It's pretty much the same as it's always worked. It basically gets you a few instant rewards, as well as some more rewards that you can get along the way as you complete the event. Dawning bounties are going to be something you want to stay on top of. These give good amounts of bright dust as well as Dawning Spirit, which is used in EVA's upgrade section, as well as used to purchase the new weapons. Which, speaking of the upgrade section, you'll obviously want to try to get all of these unlocked. It is part of the title to do that. It shouldn't be too hard, just play the game normally and you'll get there, but make sure to get the weapon ones done at bare minimum. You want to make sure you're able to focus these weapons, or at least get them from the boxes, and the double trait options for the right and left column are going to make grinding for these Dawning weapons a lot easier. And it's always nice to be able to swap between traits you have for different things whenever you want. Alright, scrolling over to page 2, here's where you're going to be focusing these weapons. Again, to reiterate, you will not be relying on random drops from an activity this go around. Instead, you could just focus the exact weapon you want, which is really nice. You can also take your chances in the Unity gift exchange or the Edgy gift exchange for a random chance at one of these drops, and it is significantly cheaper too. So to recap the loop of how to play this event, it's very simple. Just work your way through the quest line to first make sure you obviously masterwork your oven for cheaper cookie baking costs, then deliver the cookies to vendors to get Dawning Spirit, and use your Dawning Spirit in the upgrade section at EVA, or obviously to get weapons. As mentioned, the majority of this event should be enjoyed in the background while you play. It shouldn't require too much micromanagement to complete. Quick tip: if you have the ship Starfarer 7M from the 2020 Dawning, you can actually generate Dawning Spirit when obtaining any Dawning ingredients, which is pretty much all the time during the event. Don't stress too hard if you don't have the ship. It is a nice booster, but again, you can do everything without this totally fine. And before moving on, really quick, I wanted to mention that you'll also see snowballs scattered around the system. Killing targets in different activities is actually part of completing this title, so make sure to get a few kills in when you see these around. Alright, moving on to weapons. This year, every Dawning weapon is being reprised with all new traits, along with an origin trait and a new, fresh, pearlescent, and gold look. The origin trait is Dawning Surprise, which states that rapidly defeating targets awards a Dawning gift. defeating powerful targets count as more than one. Bad news is that it sounds like we'll only be able to take advantage of this during the Dawning. Good news is that all but one of these weapons has a secondary origin trait, so just make sure to not have the Dawning surprise on after the Dawning is over with. It's going to be completely useless. Alright, so we've got some pretty strong trait combos to grind for here. Here's what I'm going to be going for. Starting with the Cold Front, the Kinetic Aggressive Frame SMG, I'm going to go for either Perpetual Motion Rangefinder or Tap the Trigger Rangefinder. This is going to be really good in PvP, it's going to feel really smooth. I'm not sure if there's too many good rolls for PvE, I just didn't see anything that stood out to me, so don't worry about it for PvE. Next up, Avalanche, the Solar Adaptive Machine Gun. I think here we've actually got some pretty solid options for both PvE and PvP. For PvE, the only option you really want to go with is Subsistence Incandescent. Incandescent is just so strong on LMGs, and you'll almost never have to reload with how it will proc Subsistence so often. As for PvP, you can go with Dynamic Sway and Tap the Trigger to make Avalanche feel sticky and easy to use. Next, the Zephyr is probably what I'm least excited about. It's tough to get excited about swords when you've got Eager Edge on swords like the other half and half truths. Zephyr is going to be a PvE sword, which can see some play with stasis, as it is the only sword in the game to roll with the perk Cold Steel. Cold Steel is basically Chill Clip, but in sword form. It slows an enemy and then it's eventually going to freeze it. You should get this for its uniqueness and potential synergy with stasis, but don't worry about it if you don't get the perfect roll. For this one, I'll be happy if I get Relentless Strikes Cold Steel or Unrelenting Cold Steel, and then I'll probably call it a day. Glacioclasm is a void high-impact fusion rifle and has always been popular in the Crucible. There are quite a few good rolls on this one, and the best one largely depends on how you like a gun to feel. I'm going to be going for Under Pressure Eye of the Storm from my playstyle in the Crucible. And finally, we have a brand new Dawning weapon here in 2022, Stay Frosty. I can see this being a beast in PvP. The left column, you've got really good traits like Tunnel Vision, Moving Target, Killing Wind, Offhand Strike, and Well-Rounded, all very popular in Crucible. And in the right column, you've got Kill Clip, Desperado, Golden Tricorn, and even Headstone can be great in PvP too. It's hard to go wrong with Stay Frosty. I'd recommend keeping a few different trait combos and testing them out in the Crucible to see which one best suits your playstyle. I'm personally going to go for Tunnel Vision Desperado or Tunnel Vision Kill Clip. And that is pretty much it on the Dawning. It should feel very similar to what we've been doing. Go ahead and check out the store. Hopefully you saved up a lot of Bright Dust. There's actually a lot of really cool armor in there. They brought back all the armor from all the previous Dawnings. So go grab yourself some armor if you do have lots of Bright Dust to spare. All this stuff will be gone for an entire year. Well, I hope this helped you out, and I hope that you all have a good time in the Dawning. Have fun baking tons of cookies. I will see you all in the next video.